Why did Chinese emperors become Tibetan Buddhist monks? This is not a legend or a metaphor. It is a historical fact. Today, I want to explain why a Chinese emperor became a Tibetan Buddhist monk and what this moment reveals about Sino-Tibetan relations during the Yuan dynasty. After Tibetan Buddhism became the state religion of the Mongol Yuan Empire, Tibetan religious leaders, most notably Drogon Chogyal Phagpa, the Sakya hierarch, held extraordinary influence at the imperial court of Kublai Khan. This influence extended beyond religious affairs and shaped the empire's treatment of defeated peoples, including the former rulers of the Song dynasty. One of the most striking examples is Emperor Gong of Song, Zhao Xian. Zhao Xian was born in 1271 in Linnan, present-day Hangzhou. He ascended the throne in 1274 at just 3 years old, becoming the 16th emperor of the Song dynasty and the 7th of the Southern Song. His reign lasted only 2 years. In 1276, as Mongol forces approached Linnan, the Song court surrendered. Zhao Xian was taken north by the Yuan authorities and granted the title Duke of Ing. Unlike the violent annihilation of previous dynastic houses in Chinese history, the Song imperial line was not immediately exterminated. This restraint was not accidental. In 1288, Kublai Khan sent Zhao Xian to Sakya Monastery in Tibet, the political and religious center of Tibetan Buddhism at the time. There, Zhao Xian studied Tibetan language and Buddhist philosophy, was ordained as a monk, and received the Tibetan name Chökyi Rinchen, meaning jewel of the Dharma. Tibetans respectfully referred to him as Manzi Lot Sun, Manzi being the Mongol term for the Song Chinese, and Lot Sun, an honorific reserved for royal monks. This was not symbolic courtesy. It reflected genuine religious and political recognition. Zhao Xian later became abbot of Sakya Monastery, dedicating himself to Buddhist study, translation, and monastic life. This moment represents a rare historical instance in which a defeated Chinese emperor was integrated into Tibetan religious authority rather than erased from history. It also reveals the character of Tibetan theocratic politics during that period: confident, pragmatic, and capable of protecting life even amid imperial conquest. This approach contrasts sharply with earlier Chinese dynastic transitions, which were often accompanied by the total annihilation of the ruling bloodline. However, this protection was not absolute. In 1323, during the reign of Jijin Khan, Zhao Xian was accused of composing a politically sensitive poem. According to Sakya monastic records and Yuan historical sources, he received an imperial order to commit suicide in Hushi, in present-day Gansu. He was 52 years old. Yet even then, the Song imperial line was not extinguished. Zhao Xian had a son, Zhao Wanpu, born to a woman of the Mongol Borjigin clan. Because of this maternal lineage, Zhao Wanpu was spared execution. He was exiled rather than killed, ensuring the survival of the Song imperial bloodline. This history demonstrates something often overlooked. Tibetan Buddhism, within the Yuan imperial system, functioned as a force that moderated conquest and preserved lives, including the Chinese imperial lineage itself. For Chinese cultural memory, this is comparable to the moral weight of the orphan of Zhao, a story every household knows. But unlike legend, this story is historical. In the 21st century, as discussions of Sino-Tibetan relations are often reduced to slogans or suspicion, this episode reminds us of a more complex past, one in which Tibetan religious governance played a decisive, humane, and politically courageous role. History does not offer simple answers, but it does offer lessons, if we are willing to look honestly. Thank you for watching. If you found this talk helpful, please like, subscribe, and join us again next Friday.